Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show, the realest sports talk show on YouTube, giving fans a real-life perspective on sports and entertainment.
You knew better, you do better, who do it better? Yeah, top of the morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you at. It's the puppy host that do the most. Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show. We got Sheduer Sanders, conversations, breakdowns, reactions, fifth round pick. Whoa. That's all I gotta say is whoa. That's pretty deep, man. That he fell very far to the pits of hell, it seems like, damn near. Okay. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna let this loop and play for a little bit until everybody get in here. But boy, I'm telling you, look, listen to this. Boy, this aged like spoiled milk, didn't it? This aged like spoiled milk.
Where do you predict Sheduer and Travis going in the draft?
Top 4.
Ooh, that's pretty beautiful.
Anywhere from 1 through 4. One of them is going to be 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is going to be
speak it
1.
into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4.
Okay.
Now, all this is subjective because I know where I want them to go.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget Shiloh, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, you on point.
It's gonna be it's gonna be an Eli.
Where do you predict
Okay.
Sheduer and Travis going in the draft?
Top 4.
Ooh, that's pretty beautiful.
Anywhere from 1 through 4. One of them is gonna be 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is
Let's
gonna be
speak it
1.
into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4. Now, all this is subjective because
Why?
I know where I want
You do?
them to go.
Where's that at?
And let's not forget Shiloh, okay?
Don't forget
But
that.
I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen.
It'll happen. Certain cities.
Okay, you on
Man,
point.
it's gonna be it's
Certain
not
cities?
I'm sorry, it's gonna be
I
an
wonder
Eli.
what cities could
Where do
talk
you
about.
predict
I wonder what cities.
Sheduer and Travis going in the draft?
Top 4.
Ooh, that's pretty beautiful.
Anywhere from 1 through 4. One of them is gonna be 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is
Let's
gonna be
speak it
1.
into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4.
Nope. Sure won't.
Now, all this is subjective
It's
because
subjective. Because what?
I know where I want
You know where you
want them to go.
So you're going to make this decision, them, and not forget Shiloh. So you mean Travis, Sheduer, and Shiloh? You're going to pick where you want them to go, or what are you saying? What do you mean? I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget Shiloh, okay?
Mhm.
But I know where I
The
want
way you be doing Shiloh is so cold. It's so ridiculous. Wowzers.
them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't
A
gonna
city like what, sir? A city like what, sir? Cleveland? Don't act like you ain't talking about Cleveland. I put on my chains just because we talking Deion Sanders. We talking Deion Sanders. So I got to put on my chains. But okay, hold on. Definitely was talking about Cleveland was one of the teams he was talking about. Cleveland Browns. For sure. Sheduer, he was saying that ain't gonna happen. They're gonna pull an Eli.
Okay, you on
man.
point.
It's gonna be it's not I'm sorry, it's gonna be an Eli.
Where do
Cleveland
you
Browns.
predict Sheduer and Travis going in the draft?
Top 4.
Ooh, that's pretty beautiful.
Anywhere from 1
Play
to
again,
4.
Terry.
One of them is
Like
gonna be
what?
1.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is
Yes,
gonna
Speak
be
it
1.
into existence.
And the latter
Right,
one
and
would not go
Troll him
behind
hard.
4.
This was the biggest troll job
Now,
I've ever seen.
all this is subjective because I know where I want them to go.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget Shiloh, okay?
Mhm.
But I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen.
All right. Let me pause that there. Let's go to some of these comments real quick, shall we? Let's see if anybody has any cities that they might say, let's see, Deion, we don't want to play for certain teams. Those teams, the feeling is mutual. I like that one. Okay. Ain't no party like a Sheduer watch party because of Sheduer. Oh, wait, no, them 14 hours ago. No. I wanted the old messages when this actually happened. Okay, let me see. How can I go down? Go down. No. Okay, we messed that up, I believe. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to happen. All right, so no problem with that. Let's get on down to the next video we're going to bring up here. But before we start this one, we're going to break that all the way down. I wanted to read those comments in that short that we just watched, but I'm not too worried about it. The main thing for covering this NFL draft hot topic, no doubt, Theo, because I'm going to be very frank about this situation. So the main thing I wanted to really go over is right there, that first clip we just watched. Let me take this down for a second, and I'm going to bring that back up. But what we just watched was Deion Sanders saying they're going to pull an Eli Manning. And that's how much they felt, or he felt, how delusional he is, too, that his son was going number 1 or through number 1 and 4. Like, who told you that? Where'd you get that information? Are you just going off of Sheduer's stats? Or was you going off of his stats and the fact that he your son? Because you had to be. It ain't like he was winning no Heismans, no national titles. He wasn't really doing that. He was the most number 1 sack quarterback in all of college football the last 2 years. And you can't just all blame that on the line. That's crazy. It's too many times we've seen the film. You can try to tell people that who don't really know no football, don't know no better, or they just don't want to know the truth, or they want to speak the truth. They don't want to act like, okay, yeah, this is what it really is. That he's holding the ball too long in the backfield, trying to make the big play, or trying to keep his percentages up high so he don't get rid of the football and just throw the ball away instead of taking a sack. So the real scouts and people who know football, they seen him do that. They know exactly what he was doing. Nobody's fools, man. Y'all really think people that dumb? People who is not biased or trying to be, kiss and tell of the Deion Sanders family, and just because that's Deion Sanders' son, they want to overlook the fact that, yeah, he's a big reason why they keep getting sacked. And I hate when they say they don't run the football. They don't have a running back. They had a lot of running backs. Actually, they just didn't use them. Deion didn't use them because he was coaching daddy ball. He wasn't coaching all of those kids to get better and get to the next level. He was coaching his son, and Travis Hunter really made them pop. Without a Travis Hunter, the Deion Sanders, they ride of this hype train, it don't go as far. It would have still been hype because it's Deion Sanders. But you getting the best player in all of high school at 2 positions, he wasn't just the best. Like, you could just say he was the number 1 recruit coming out of high school. No, to me, he was the number 1 wide receiver as well as the number 1 DB. There was not a better wide receiver nor DB. And so he was number 1 at 2 positions, and that's not normal. And the fact that mirrors Deion Sanders. Well, now he wasn't number 1 at both positions, but Deion Sanders played both sides of the football. That's very rare to see a football player play both sides, NFL player, college player play both sides of the football. Deion Sanders was a rare breed. And so the fact that this kid comes from the same state, right? Travis Hunter coming from the same state as Deion and play very similar to Deion, but damn near much better on the offensive end for sure than Deion was. He was a much better wide receiver than Deion was. So when he really brought that, you ended up having him flip to Jackson State, and that just blew it all up. And everywhere Travis Hunter went, if Sheduer don't got Travis Hunter to throw the ball to and all of this type of stuff, it's even more difficult for Sheduer Sanders to accomplish the things that he did accomplish while with Jackson State and Colorado, because you have a phenom in Travis Hunter, something that we really don't use. That's really generational talent. So you say Deion comes out and has that clip where they're not going to play in any city. I know where I want them to play, which is, of course, Las Vegas Raiders, New York Giants, something like that he had in mind. But the NFL had a different thing in mind. When LeVar, shout out to LeVar Hollis being first in the building, when he says the NFL owner purposely trolled Prime in this draft, they did. I'm going to break everything down about the smartness of all of it and why and God don't like ugly and karma and everything, why you need to humble yourselves. We going to dive into all of that. But let me just say the first troll job, because that's where we're going first. It's the first troll job, which I covered the other day when it happened. When the New York Giants, see, Sheduer wore New York Giant Deion Sanders cleats while he was playing for Colorado once they found out the New York Giants was getting the 3rd pick overall to draft. Sheduer Sanders and Deion Sanders had Nike make a Deion Sanders New York Giant cleats, and he wore those, right? And so I was thinking maybe they got a word from the Giants that they're looking to get him, because that's pretty bold to put on those cleats and make it seem like you definitely going number 3 to the New York Giants. Okay. So they went defensive end, which hellified player, Abdul something, hellified defensive end. And people say, okay, well, that's out. Maybe Cleveland, maybe Steelers, maybe Saints. But then guess what happened? The Giants traded up back into the late first round, and everybody, especially the Sanders family, which the Giants and the NFL knew. They knew if they traded, the Giants traded back up to the first round, back into the first round, that the Sanders family thought for sure the Giants was going to be getting them. They thought for sure that would be for Sheduer. And a lot of us did. We're like, oh, there you go. There goes Sheduer. Here comes Sheduer. New York Giants. And they went Jackson Dort. Troll job. I mean, that's cold troll. And I sat back and I said that in real time. I said, oh, damn. They didn't troll this kid. They didn't troll this family. That was funny. So now, first round goes past. I already knew. And I told my partner after the first round was over, I said, he's not going in the second round either. Why did I say he's not going in the second round? That makes all the sense in the world. For one, let's go on the NFL side first. Let's go break on why it wouldn't make sense to draft Sheduer for the NFL teams. Not the NFL. Let's go to teams first. Teams. Why it wouldn't make sense for NFL teams to draft Sheduer in the second round is because he think he legendary already. And you most teams have holes they need filled. Positions, every position in football substitutes except for the quarterback. The quarterback, unless the quarterback is injured, is the only way the quarterback is getting subbed, or he just having a horrible, something like Anthony Richardson when he asked to come out the game because he was tired. But that don't usually happen. Usually the starting quarterback, he's in all game as long as he's upright. So the fact that second round is a big deal for NFL teams to get a player that you can actually plug and play in right now, possibly a starter, right? For a lot of teams, second round picks can be starters. They become starters first year in. So why would I waste if I already passed you up and I don't need a starting quarterback? Already got a starting quarterback. Well, I need to fill in these other holes. I may need a strong safety. I might need a linebacker, didnt, whatever the case may be. I might need to bolster up right here at the receiver, yada, yada, yada. There's so many positions, right? 22 different positions. 21 if you're not including the quarterback. So if I got all these holes, or maybe I'm just a few pieces away, even if I'm a good team, and I'm a few pieces away, a cornerback and a linebacker away, I'm not wasting my second round draft pick on no backup court that's going to come here and be a backup, but thinks he's legendary on top of it, and probably going to have too much hula around it, right? Anyways, so for a team's standpoint, it wouldn't make no sense to draft a quarterback that's going to back up somebody in the second round. You don't use that pick for that. You really don't even use it for the third round. First, second, third is important picks for all teams. Very important. So if you passed up on quarterbacks in the first round, you're not going to go draft them in the second or third round. So I already felt like he was going to fall out of that as well. And he did. Now, the fourth round, I ain't expecting him to fall out the fourth. I thought fourth for sure would be Sheduer. Now, what I'm about to bring up here is how the second troll job happened. And let me actually explain to you now why it made sense for the NFL, the Shield, not to have nobody draft him either in the second round. Because how many people turn the TV off after the first round when it comes to the NFL draft? How many people turn the TV off after the first round? A lot of people, right? Second round, you have some few people come back and watch again because a few players might be out there that you want to see go. Now, I'm not talking about the super fans of the NFL, football fans that watch every round. No, I'm talking about fans, casual fans like myself. I love the NFL, all that good stuff. I love to even see the first round of the draft. Second round, maybe here and there. I might tune in a little bit, flip out, flip in, flip out, see who got who, what. But I'm not really concerned. And I'm sure that's a lot of people, right? Millions of people. And so how do you keep people tuned in, tapped in? Keep Sheduer off the board. Keep Sheduer off the board because people who either looking to see him slip or looking to see him get picked, they going to stay tuned. They're going to be tuned in, right? And so let him slide out the second. Oh, snaps. Matter of fact, let him slide out the third. Make them come back the other day, the next day. That's smart business. Good job, NFL. You got people tuned in. That's smart business. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game, man. They making money. Okay. You see, Sheduer got the big money sign. He like making money. So okay, boom. That's how you roll. You got that done. Now, fourth round, you would think say okay. But fourth round could be also very important because, again, there's 70-some people to a roster, 53 on the main roster, but you got practice squad. It's all kind of – NFL is huge. So fourth round, a lot of teams still looking out there. Hey, a guard, a left tackle, a center. Who's out there that I can possibly, in the fourth round, get old Shay Shay was a fourth rounder. So it's some gems that might be hidden that you can catch and get signed on, right? So, okay, why waste a round and get him in the fourth round when we could possibly get him in the fifth round? And, of course, the Saints called him in the second round. The Saints called him. I know people are trying to act like it was a prank. Let me show you how it wasn't a prank. We're going to break that down now. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss this one. You're not going to want to miss this. Because, yeah, we're going to bring you the full clip and the full view of what really went down. Let's go.
He said, big things today. Things happen for a reason. I like, hope to see you soon.
Make sure she got the phone. Make sure she got the phone there. She's looking at it.
Watch, they're gonna mess around and call it this one. Here you go, son.
He's sad. They're gonna mess around and call. No, they ain't gonna call. They're not calling.
See the dog?
Very nice. That's a very nice brand.
I have everything set up up there. You want to go there and see? It's a long way up there.
It is. It's longer than I thought when I went yesterday. I was like, dang.
Oh, I wrote that. That's what he likes. In this whole thing, like connected, like if you build like a kitchen out here somewhere, that'd be nice, dog.
I do that. Let's go pro.
I'm trying. It's your fault. If you wasn't that, don't blur me out. Then we would get some figures.
What if I wasn't that?
If you wasn't that dude, Sheduer wouldn't get drafted in round number 2.
All right, so right there, Deion. That's what I mean by delusional, man. You got these kids thinking it's because of you that they fallen. Now it is because of you, because of the way you raised them and the way you got them thinking and how they be acting. That is because of you. Now, but to act as if people hate against you and so they're going to knock your kids down the draft board because they hate you, that's not the truth. Deion Sanders could do no wrong in the mainstream media's eyes. When it came to Undisputed, when Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless was on FS1 and that other show, The Facility, I think it's called now, with Shady McCoy and them other dude, Ocho, what's all they did, everybody, his first take, everybody on ESPN, all they did was slob your knob. That's it. Nobody said nothing bad about your boys, you. Everybody just made excuse after excuse after excuse when we, people like me, could see the proof after proof after proof and call it out. I used to call it out in real time. Like, look, he didn't do this right, didn't do that right. That's the wrong call. All this stuff I used to call out. He held the ball too long. He had him wide open. I had things where I was showing footage of people wide open and Sheduer ignoring it and holding the ball too long, trying to get the big play down the field. Where people, like even the likes of Jimmy Horn Jr. running across his face wide open with wide open field, and he ignores it. Doesn't know how to use his checkdowns. I've exposed all of that, right? And so this narrative that, oh, it's because they hate against me. They don't like me. Who don't like you? The fans that you promised at HBCU at Jackson State that you was going to change the playing field between Power 5 schools and HBCUs, and that you was here to stay and you knew you had a lot of work to do because of this, that, and the other, and you still ended up recruiting some top players, and best overall, the top player, Travis Hunter. So in what, just year one of you coaching there. So you actually seen that you could change it around. They got new uniforms, new facility, so on and so forth. And it just would have kept getting better and better and better. And more people would have wanted to start coming to HBCU. And so all of that could have been lovely. But so the only people that really hated against you is the ones you let down with all those broken promises. God called me collect, using God and all of that type of stuff. The hypocrisy that you was continued to show, right? You bringing Lil Wayne and all of these type of celebrities, these rappers, Yellow Baby, and so on and so forth, known criminals, the Baby, known murderer. Not excuse me, allegedly. No, because he didn't know. He didn't get self-defense. It was self-defense. Self-defense in the Baby's case, not no murder. But I'm just saying, people that's in that type of life, you want to keep bringing them around, but you scream Christianity. But I never seen you bring a pastor, a preacher, a gospel rapper. I never seen you bring them type of people around to your college team and in the campus and all that. So it's just too much, man. But nobody said nothing about it. Everybody loved it. You had all the celebrities coming. You had all of the media following you. And again, they were snobbing your knob. And so why are they feeling like, oh, It's because of you, because now you're selling them that. Good dude. He can't wait to get this thing next. You're like, yeah.
Ever chat up? Huh? Yeah, I got on my phone. It said it went off.
Like, look how lame this is too. That's so not creative. $$ for what? Sheduer with a number 2. Sheduer 2. This looks dumb. And Nike did they have this placed on there themselves? And Nike didn't do that themselves. I'm sure they didn't, but who knows? Because they love Deion. So why you keep saying people hate him? Oh, yeah, no. Everybody, Under Armour came and blessed Jackson State with the nicest uniforms that was out, with multiple uniforms. Just blessed them. Pepsi blessed them, helped them with the facility, the practice facility, all kinds of stuff. But people hate Deion and they racist against Deion. No.
Here we go.
Hear something. Do you have a earbud that's tied to your cell phone that you can just have in your ear?
For what?
For them to talk to you on the couch. I can come up with something for you.
Hold on, Ray.
If you don't have your own, if that's okay with you. You can hear the people at NFL Network asking you questions.
What are they going to call me normal?
I have to assume that after you're picked.
Oh, good. Who's in the club? Who's after Bird? Who's on the club? The Saints?
Shit. I'll put Kamar.
It's okay. You're going to get it.
Second day. Give me a drink.
Second day holding the phone.
And hold on. The Texas truth. Yeah, yes, he did, man. Now he didn't say it out blunt right. Again, I'm no dummy. And we're not slow around here. So when you say they're not going to certain cities, Cleveland is one of the shittiest cities in all of America and worst franchises. And so he wasn't just talking about the city of Cleveland. He was really talking about the worst franchises. He wasn't going to allow his son nor Travis Hunter to go to the worst and that's the worst franchise of all NFL. So if you don't think he was talking about Cleveland and had Cleveland in mind, come on, you being blind to the facts. He definitely was talking about Cleveland. Man, he's talking about Cleveland, man. If it's a city somebody don't want to go to and spend their career being at a franchise like that, it's the Browns. So if he had any teams in mind where his son or Travis wasn't going to go, Cleveland Browns was one of them. You better believe it.
Waiting on the call. It's my second day holding it. It's gonna ring in a minute.
What's going on?
Hey, if it don't, just call for me so we can just.
Yeah? What's going to happen?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Hello?
You got that call?
Yeah, what's going on?
Ready to go.
Say it one more time for me.
This is Mickey Lumis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Ready to go.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
But you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go.
What does that mean? What? What did he say? I don't know. How you gonna ask me what it means and you was on the phone? You heard that?
You said you're not trying to be the laugh like that. Let's go back. Let's go back and see what he said. You know, let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. And this is what people try to say is troll. I'm gonna let it play. I'm not gonna interrupt again, but this is fun.
Hello? You got that call? Yeah, what's going on?
We to go. Hold on. Now, first, we to go. You got Deion Sanders screaming in the background. We to go as he's on the phone with the people. Now, let me learn y'all something real quick too before I play it again. The people that call him, shout out to Ben Daniel podcast too. Yeah, the truth, the Texans don't know no better. And you talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about. Boy, you done lost your mind. I don't speak on stuff I don't know about. I don't read headlines and just go with the flow. You understand? I was talking about Deion Sanders well before women's basketball. So I'm not new over here. I didn't just start doing YouTube when Caitlin Clark came around, homie. So I've been calling this stuff out well before. So yeah. Go look, go try to check the archives if you need to. But yeah, don't ever try to play me. And yeah, deuce out if you need to deuce out. So rumor has it. Okay, so when they call a player, they're on speakerphone. They have it on speakerphone in the conference room. Everybody can hear. Everybody can hear whatever team is calling the player. They have it on speakerphone. GM can hear, president can hear, executive, owner, whoever's in that room can hear this phone call. So now just keep that in mind. They have him on speaker. Now that right there is weird. Why does she give it to him? To give to him is beyond me. I don't know if this is like because they wanted that on film. Young Dolph's son giving him the phone door. I don't know. That was weird, but okay.
Hello? You got that call? Yeah, what's going on?
Ready to go.
Say it one more time for me.
This is Mickey Lumis here, GM of the Saints.
Mickey Lumis, GM of the Saints. It's Mickey Lumis here, GM of the Saints. People said this was a troll job. No, it wasn't. No, nobody was trolling. He the only person. Only the coaches had his number. But Mickey Lumis. Let's see. I just want to hear.
Look, we're in the middle of this coaching search that's been consuming all of our time for the last week and a half or so, and I don't have a lot of comments on it. I'm not going to talk about any individual candidates. We're early in that process. We've had a few Zoom interviews, and we'll have a few more, but with that, if you guys have, so one of the things that's a result of that is that we haven't spent a lot of time reflecting upon the last season. We haven't gone through.
Okay, I just wanted to hear Mickey Loomis's voice real quick. Voice.
Thanks.
How you doing?
Ready to go.
Say it one more time for me.
This is Mickey Lumis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. Been waiting on you.
Ready to go.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
But you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go.
What does that mean? What? What do you say?
When you say let's be legendary, so what was happening, now I'm going to take you to what was happening in the Saints room. What was happening in the Saints room as he was talking, Mickey Lumis, that's the same voice. I don't know if y'all caught that. It's the same voice.
Player evaluations yet. So I know you're gonna.
Yeah, man. That's the same. That's the same voice. Okay. So, so what's happening is Mickey Lumis is telling them, yeah. And when he said, let's be legendary, I think it rubbed some people the wrong way in the office. And somebody probably said, nah, never mind. Or it was before that while he was talking to him, and somebody is doing a no, cut, hang up. No, we're not. And that's why he ended up saying, yeah, but it's gonna have to be later. So it seemed like they must have discussed. They was flipping it between the other quarterback that they drafted, which is I think Dylan Gabriel or something like that, and Sheduer Sanders. And they probably was having a discussion back and forth, and maybe they came to Sheduer Sanders and let's give him a phone call and let's see what's going on. And must have something happened to where they like, hey, no. And the Mickey Lumis ended up telling them it's gonna go down later on. Sorry about that. Hangs up. And then they go and draft Dylan Gabriel. But let's watch.
Hey, I don't know. How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone? You heard that?
You said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Why did he call? What the fuck? Hey, that's I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
Nobody got the number.
It was private.
Did they just troll, bro?
Okay.
Man, they just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm gonna crash out, bro. Oh.
It is what it is. They said we're gonna tell you what the next trip, but you gotta wait a little bit longer. That's wild. It is what it is. It makes the story better.
After the top two, with number one, Cam Ward went one, Jackson Dart went late first. Now he gets the third quarterback off the board. Saints at Dome Stadium at the peak. So the weather Carolina be up today favorable.
No, they ain't pick nobody.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, I'm sitting there trying to read the body language of the people. Yeah, me too. I'm looking at Brandon Staley, the defensive coordinator. I'm going, does he look happy? Kellen Moore happy? Which one of these guys is really looking at Mickey Lumis going, hey, thank you for giving me the guy I wanted? You would think
where that ball at?
With quarterback
with the football
Derek Carr's health situation would be something that they would want to impress. But wide receiver, the availability of their wide receivers right now, they have some help with wide receiver. But that'd be a position that they will say, Kellen Moore, you're going to have his fingerprints all over.
What'd they get?
They didn't say yet. Sure.
Hey, finish with you.
What's up, Green Bay?
Nobody got told yet.
All right. With the 40th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Tyler Shuck, quarterback.
Switch it up.
Tyler,
Wow.
One of the most intriguing prospects.
Wow.
I don't like ugly, man. And you's a fraud, Deion Sanders. You're a fraud. And God don't like you. You use God's name in vain. You always talking about God this, but you don't live nothing like that. Nothing like a Christian, for real.
Seasons in college. Look at the reaction.
You got the phone, but who got that number?
From the dog.
They give who number to
in Texas Tech. The huge year at Louisville. Lewis, you have.
It's all good. Man, that's the craziest shit out of. Can you look up the GM name? Yeah, I'm about to look at it. Some crazy.
Like, nobody got that number but coaches, strictly for that reason.
Right.
It just pissed me off. No, it's all,
did y'all hear that? Nobody got that number but coaches, strictly for that reason. And then he gonna go on to say, I just got that phone yesterday. It's not even in my name.
No, but the thing is,
supposed to
but the thing is, why get mad? Because they want you to have a certain type of reaction to it. They want you to feel amused. You know what I mean? They want you to feel bad. They want you to feel all that. But I ain't tripping.
You said nobody got that fucking number though.
Nobody has a number.
It's all good.
Nobody has a number. Y'all talking about star 67. How you gonna star 67? Nobody got the number.
Nobody has the number. Did you hear that? Dweebs in the back. It's so many. My girl just sent me something where they trying to say he got prank called. No, the Saints, Mickey Lumis was on the phone. I just played you Mickey Loomis's voice too. And that's definitely him. That's the same voice. And they was going with it, and something made him say, you know what? Sorry about that. We're going to have to do it later. Whether it was the let's be legendary, because again, bruh, I'm drafting you as a prospect, basically. You're a second-round quarterback. We already got our quarterback and Carr. So if anything, you're going to be a backup to Carr or maybe a backup to the backup. So all that let's be legendary, no, let's make the team. How about make the team? And the fact that this is the second-round pick, okay, and we're the Saints, and you need more. You got so many holes to fill, right, on both sides of the football, to the point where you're just like, okay, well, why would you waste that pick on a quarterback that ain't gonna play unless you plan on having them play like a Cordell Stewart, from Colorado back in the day. Unless you got him playing like Cordell Stewart, where he a wide receiver, slash halfback, slash that type of player, quarterback, like he can do everything. That's what I think Jalen Milroe got picked up to do. I think he's going the team that picked him, they're going to use him in that type of style to where he's not just at the quarterback. He's an athlete. He can be able to run the ball, catch the ball, so on and so forth, and move like that. Sheduer can't do none of that. So I don't know about who this kid that they picked, Tyler, whatever his name is, what type of quarterback he is. But he most likely isn't a quarterback that think he's legendary already, that think he's accomplished all the things he needs to come back, like him already, like he's done what his daddy has done already. They don't need that type of backup that feels like, man, I should be starting over Carr. They don't need that headache. So I think either somebody heard him say that legendary shit and gave him the never mind. And he told him, all right, man, sorry, man, we have to get with you later on. Or they was already in the process of saying, nah, we better go with Tyler. And he looking, and because I want to play it again, because it was a nice little pause right there after he said, let's be legendary. It was a little pause. Yeah, we're going to have to do it a little bit later. Sorry about that.
Word. Yeah, it's to the point now. No, you can hear me now.
It's getting ignorant now. Now again, look at this beautiful, beautiful ranch. Look at this. This look like paradise right here behind them. You understand me? Look like paradise behind them. These kids is what this media thing called well off. They well off kids. They always have been. And see, that's why to me it's so strange. The fact here goes their father who claims he is a Christian. He's a real Christian, right? That's what he was claiming it before at the Jackson State. He wore God and Jesus on his sleeve. And then, but you turn around and you're doing all of this. You got your kids being very boastful, very braggadocious. That's very ungodly like. Like when y'all went to Oregon, Colorado played Oregon the year before last, Deion's their first year at Colorado, and they go into Oregon's field, and you got some of the Colorado players scratching out the O on the field with their cleats, and then it becomes a little scuffle with the players, kind of not no real scuffle. They're not fighting or nothing like that, but it almost gets there. And what does Sheduer do? He goes and puts up his watch in their faces. Like, I'm rich. Like, what? And then he starts to do it after he scores touchdowns, even though it's not his real watch. But he on the field with an AP watch and goes and put it in their faces to floss when they trying to get them off from scratching up the O on their field, being very disrespectful. Which again, this is a Deion team. And what does Shiloh do? What does his other son do? At the same time, his other son is on the field, Shiloh, and say, shut up, I'll knock y'all ass out and your coach. And your coach. I knock y'all ass out and your coach. This the Christian coach's sons? Throwing up APs in people's faces. One talking about they'll knock out the player and they coach. What the coach got to do with it? I can see if one of the players maybe said something to you crazy like, get your off my field, you little woo. But why you bring, what do you mean, and the coach? Oh, yeah, you do like to fight authority, people who has authority. You do, you because you got sued by a guy who's a security guard at your high school, Shiloh Sanders, and you end up knocked the dude to where he couldn't even feel side of his thing and peed on himself and all of that because you was fighting at the security guard because you so entitled because he tried to keep your phone from you and that type of stuff. And you threatened to get him fired because your daddy worked at this school and your daddy had pool in this school. Yeah, them stories is all out. And these are real actual things that happen, not no made up stories. And so when the NFL scouts, owners, GMs, presidents, when they see this and they know all of these things that has transpired throughout the years with the Sanders family and Deion being the guy to coddle his kids, make them believe that they something they not. And they really believe they something they not. He's a hellified salesman. He sold all of y'all a bit of goods that ain't good. That they like this and they like that. No, they not. The real people who know football for real and not just stuck on a celebrity of a Deion Sanders. And they love Deion Sanders, the celebrity, the football player he used to be so much to where he can't do no wrong. And they don't call out all of the hypocrisy that this dude displays on a daily basis almost. It is disgusting. Even to have that rhetoric, that excuse, oh, they doing this to my boys because people don't like me. Who don't like you? The people that in Jackson State? The people who seen you as a fraud? The Jason Whitlocks of the world? The Coach JBs of the world? I know you ain't talking about them, right? Because they don't matter. We don't matter. People like myself, it don't matter. The mainstream media and the NFL, which you worked for the NFL network before you started coaching for real. So they obviously liked you. Everybody loved Deion Sanders. Again, all the sponsors came out to support you when you got the job at Jackson State. It was so many people came out to support you. Before you was doing the coaching at Jackson State, you had Subway endorsements. You had Aflac endorsements. You had all kind of endorsements. Everybody rocked with you. Who hated you? Except for the Jackson State situation. And that was only a very little bit of people. Most of the fans went right along with you. Even one of their main supporters, what's his name? Uncle something, big dude with the gray beard. He's from Jackson State, but he travel and he did social media. I don't know who he is, whatever he does. But again, bro, this narrative is nonsense. And to hear racism, I'm like, black people, we just love to make ourselves look like total asses. For anybody to say racism and repeat it and repost that type of, when more than half of the league quarterbacks is black. More than half the league. I mean, it's only a few teams that got a white quarterback. It might be like 5 teams out of 30. Yeah, okay. I'm exaggerating. It could be probably 7. It might be 7. All right, 7 teams out of 31 teams. That got a white. And they talk about racism. I'm like, boy, we love them. It's not even funny. I have to laugh to keep from crying, honestly, because we use that word so loosely and just for every little reason. is a joke now. It's a joke when a black person cries racism. Now it's looked at as a joke because that's what y'all have used it as. It's a joke. Racism? Nah, man. Nobody looks in the mirror. Let me.
Here comes that in round number 2. Seemed to like it there. His dad, the Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, did briefly play for the Jets, of course.
And I can tell you, I'm saying, fuck me on benefits. I got it. This how I know you get me. Run up a 50 and spin it, we doubled up tripping.
And what do you say? How many owners are black? Damn, I thought you was out already, Texas. You still here? You still here? I thought you was out. Okay, since you're still here, how many owners are black? Let me ask you this. How many owners mentored some of these players that's going into the draft? How many owners mentored them? How many owners mentored any of the players in the draft? Has any owners, NFL owners, mentored any of these players in the draft? Anybody got the answer? Who mentored one of these players? Including Sheduer. What owner mentored Sheduer? Tom Brady. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because you talking about how many owners are black, that's irrelevant. All them owners that ain't black, most of them got black quarterbacks. So they obviously ain't racist to that. So that don't matter. But let's talk about how many owners mentor these players that got drafted. It's one. And guess what? Even that owner, the GOAT, decided to pass him. You know why? Let me get big screen now. You know why? Because they had a conversation earlier in Sheduer's junior year. They had a conversation on a Zoom call, Deion Sanders, Sheduer Sanders, Tom Brady. And Deion Sanders asked Tom something very silly, like, do you think I should get him a certain kind of car? If you know what kind of car, let me know in the chat. But it was some kind of expensive, very expensive, nice, luxurious car. And Deion asked Tom, he wanted, well, do we think I should get him? He worried about having, again, please let me know in the chat if you know what car, but very expensive. And Tom said, no, he shouldn't be worried about that. He needs to be in the film room. He needs to do film study. He needs to be working on his, he don't need to be worried about none of that. Hold up. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Wait a minute. Let me not talk about it. Hold on. Let me see what my boy Ben got to say. He must be racist, Pope. That's the only thing that makes sense. It's all racism. It's ridiculous. Okay, so it's all racism. I gotta laugh and keep him crying. All right, we gotta bring this up. Hold on, let's bring this back up. Because no. Matter of fact, no. I don't want to change that. Let me go find it. Let me go find out when Tom Brady on a Zoom call with Deion Sanders and Sheduer Sanders.
Tom Brady on a Zoom call with Deion Sanders and Sheduer Sanders.
Tom Brady impressed with Deion. Come on, man. Let me see. Coach Prime thanks Tom Brady live. Let me see. No, let's not add that. Let's do it different. Deion Sanders asks Tom Brady, should he get Sheduer Sanders a luxury car?
Deion Sanders asks Tom Brady, should he get Sheduer Sanders a luxury car?
Do you think a college kid needs a phantom like a roll?
I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible. Less time in the car and more time in the film room.
Nah, hey, no, it's not a Phantom. It's a RollsRoyce cousin. Seeing you have one too, Tom. Don't think
I was just a rental. Hey, I had a few bucks in my pocket at that point.
Tom say I had a few bucks in my point. See, look. I'm gonna play it again.
Phantom, like a roll.
I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible. Less time in the car and more time in the film room.
Nah, hey, no, it's not a Phantom. It's a RollsRoyce cousin. Seeing you have one too, Tom. Don't think
I was just a rental. Hey, I had a few bucks in my pocket at that point.
I had a few bucks in my pocket at that point. Meaning, listen, youngster, dummy, I put in the work. I earned the RollsRoyce. You ain't earned nothing. You need to go put in the work. Go get in the film room. So this is when he said, oh, no, it's not a Phantom, it's a RollsRoyce. Tom, you had one. Okay, yeah, your mind is somewhere else, young man. So Tom Brady, who was good part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, where Deion been saying, hey, I want us to go there. He wanted to go there so bad, and he thought Tom Brady would pick him so bad because, again, Tom Brady really mentored this kid, trained him for a certain amount of time. He got to train with Tom Brady. And so for Tom to be able to, so you have a relationship with one of the owners that nobody else has. With more than just one of the owners. Your daddy got relationships with a Jerry Jones, with the owners for the 49ers and yada, 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 Falcons, so on and so forth. And they all said, yeah, you're not your dad. Your dad is worth the headache to deal with. He's going to produce. I'm talking about at a generational level. It's just ridiculous. So, again, oh man, this is bad. This is bad for Sheduer, but it's good. It's really good. Let me tell you why it's good. Hold up. Pope is the text is right about. Who cares about what I don't care what the text has got to say. Is he right about me? All right, let's listen a little bit more.
Even if it's a random thing, that's just not in my name. How would you even get that number? You didn't even get that number. It ain't in my name. I just got the phone yesterday. This is the principle of it.
I'm telling you, this shit is supposed to happen. It's supposed to.
Hey, that's why everybody like, when I'm looking at them, I'm saying, do y'all hear this too? Is this weird?
Hey, hold on. Hey, you know I'm capping, huh? And I just showed you the video, huh? You know I'm capping? He never said that. I just showed you. He said that on the Zoom call with them. Did you not see it? But you probably wrote that before I showed it, huh? Foot in your mouth. Look, foot in your mouth. You over here. You over here, foot in your mouth.
I'm like, what you saying? What's that, huh? What that mean?
That means we don't want you.
See how this shit going.
They be showing that.
And he was surprised. He said, you gonna confirm? Like, yeah.
This gotta be a sick dream.
A sick dream.
It's supposed to happen. We just don't know the reason yet. This is supposed to happen, bro. Whatever's happening is supposed to happen.
We just don't know the reason. Wow. It's all on his neck and wrist.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh shit, that shit.
I never heard of that shit.
It's okay. It's okay. That's sickening up there. Like,
my boy. Yo. You gotta know this real G right here. Real Dallas legend right there, Jerry.
Yeah. Look, hold on. What else happened in this? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you're a kid. They know you've been playing. You ain't got no hat though. You don't want a hat.
I fell in love with the fame.
You're not gonna get you sick.
They are sick.
No, we're still waiting. It's gonna ring though. It's gonna ring. We're still waiting.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna ring one day.
Oh, the Raiders crazy.
It's one last one on the field. Man, God can give it, man. God can take it away, man. You know, look at what's been happening since he been with the foolishness. Took them toes away, slowed down one of the fastest people we ever seen in our life. God slowed him down, didn't he? He said, listen, man, I will take your toes, and if you don't wake up, you better wake up. You better wake up. I take them feet from you, and I blessed you with all that speed, but yet you want to keep being a blasphemous. I take your toes, and you keep playing with me. You best stop playing with me. Stop playing with God's name, Deion. And you're about to do it right here, too.
All right, don't cut at it, block, you ain't shot. I told the chopper, he held 100 of best. I've been running up and running till I can't no more. All these foreign was designer, I be in them snow. Baby, it's just like a 7.
Don't even think about it. Me? I already said that yesterday, bro. No, but today is like overly confirmed. We're gonna have to call 50 Cent now. Hey, my boy. Hey, Uncle 50. I'm gonna need a part. I was looking right now.
It happens how it's supposed to happen.
Let me play Coach Prime and just make a show. Right. Let's get some money.
It's gonna happen how it's supposed to happen, bro.
Born rich.
Yeah, this is
It's so funny. It's funny when he's lost for words because
I know what's going on,
but it's funny because he never comes to a conclusion. No, he never does.
No,
He's gonna be the last one to ever say that.
I like to have hope, and I like to trust God. Dang, God ain't this
ain't God.
This
the devil.
Nah, this God. Yeah, nah, this God. God did. You understand me? This God, sir. Y'all need to be humbled. See, you do too much God. Again, here you go. Talk. You shouldn't even bring up God the way you act and the way you allow these things to happen. You can't bring up God. You contradiction to that. Are you kidding me? Just because you don't curse, boy, please. You a contradiction to that. Are you kidding me? So you're talking about this the devil? Nah, this God trying to humble you and your family. I hope this is a wake up call to you because He has truly blessed you, Deion. He has truly blessed you, and the way you using it, you abusing it. You gonna start losing it.
It wasn't cute after 21. That was the final straw. But you can explain. This is just unexplainable now.
This to the point now where you like, hey man, all right, y'all gotta stop. It's too out.
Don't drop Bucky before Sheduer right now.
No, this is where you need to teach your son and yourself. Hey man, we probably did do a little too much with all the flossing, all of this talking, all the flossing and talking and bragging and boasting. Yeah, that might be the reason. And the fact that, yeah, son, you actually did hold the ball too damn long back there. You didn't make the proper reads. Like, that's how he going to get better. If somebody can be frank with the kid and sit down and show him, look, you could have got rid of the ball here, here, here. How y'all watching film and he don't know that he holding the ball for too long? Y'all can't be watching. You're just watching film on the other team. Are you not watching film on yourselves? Are you not showing him film to where he had that check down, because I've broken down film where he had that check down. So the film is there. You ain't showing them right, telling them right, teaching them right. And that's why this is happening.
Nah, he definitely far back. You know his name?
His name is Deion Sanders Jr.
It's over with for him.
Oh, since your name is Deion Sanders Jr., you have to go later in the draft.
Yeah, yep. Just because your name is Sanders. Your daddy was truly legendary. Considered one of the best players, if not the best defensive player to ever play. Definitely not even arguably the best cornerback to ever play the game. And people hate him? That's such a false narrative. Wow.
Hold on, Dad. Just for the video, can you flip this table real quick? Shut. Show him the table.
Yeah, real silly. Real silly.
Oh, man, why?
We gotta talk about put everything up, man.
We gotta clear up. We gotta clear up.
See you in the 5th round. Ouchie. It's getting dark outside now. They got fire. It's about to get cold.
Everybody gonna say that? You can't explain that, dog.
You can't explain that.
That's the thing. Just don't deserve it.
Who are these delusional people? Like, there's nobody to say what I just said. Nobody there to be like, man, probably because y'all niggas do too much.
Really ain't
that good.
Oh my God. Okay, God. We good. Enough is enough. Okay, Lord, put me on the cross. Take him on. Please, I got it. Lord, put me on the cross. Please take my kids off. I got this. I will take it.
Cross? Yo, get your kids off the cross. They on the cross? See again. See, that's blasphemous. Only Jesus was on the cross. So now you niggas Jesus. Now you Jesus. Okay, let me calm down. Let me chill. Let me get it back. Now you Jesus. Get my kids off the cross. Put me on the cross. Lord, I'll be Jesus. I'm Jesus. Do you hear you? Get you off the cross. Get your kids off the cross because they ain't got picked. What do you mean? First of all, Shiloh, he is nowhere even close to being picked at this time. So he's not nowhere even close to being on no cross. He'd be lucky. That would be super duper blessing if he actually get drafted with his talent. Now, Shiloh, he can spin the ball, but again, he don't have it up here. And that's what and for his position, you got to have it here. You got to know how to the pre-snap reads. You got to know, like Tom Brady said, you got to know the defense by being in the film room. Obviously, the proof is in the pudding, not just from what I'm saying. I'm not making up stuff. The proof is that he didn't go over his reads. He didn't know his check downs, or he ignored them. He held the ball too long, trying not to get throwing the ball away so his percentage can be as high as it was. And so he'll rather take a sack, get 10 yards back, closer to the opponent's end zone. All of that is all bad. And you never coached him properly. So the fact that you've been his only coach and you've been silver spooning him all his entire life, and to the point where he got the nerve to tell the New Orleans Saints GM, let's be legendary. The Saints said, never mind. We'll talk to you later. Ouchie. The Saints said, listen, bro, never mind. We'll get back at you at a later date, okay? We'll holler at you because we seen your little party. It had legendary all over it. We was kind of like, this dude thinks he's and your rap album that sounds terrible. Do we surely want to draft this? He thinks he's a legend. He thinks he's a rapper. and he's talking about getting women and fame, and we really want to draft that. See, the fact that y'all don't think none of that has to do with why you dropped to the fifth round, that you got a rap album you just made. In your rap album, you're talking about how you didn't fell in love with the fame and all of this and all of that, and you didn't hit every girl. You didn't hit so many women, not physically hit, but physically hit. Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We grown-ups in here. But come on now. You don't think maybe that had a part to play in why people said, no way, Jose? You're not worth the headache, sir. When they bring up Randy Moss had problems and Aaron Rodgers and Wooty Wet, those people actually became legendary. They actually had legendary talent to begin with. They was actually off the chart athletes. Randy Moss was second to none wide receiver. So yeah, well, I take him smoking a little bit of weed. Come on, he's worth the risk. Can't nobody get down the field like that kid and catch over. He's worth the risk. And a lot of other players. John Morant, he had a couple gun situations where he liked to floss his gun. Yeah, we can suspend him, but we're going to re-sign him back to this max contract because why? He's worth the risk. He's an all-time player. Yeah, they take risk on all-time players. Sheduer Sanders, let me mind you, before all of the lights, the glitz, the glamour, right? I'm talking about before the Jackson State. He was a 3-star recruit. He wasn't a 5-star. He was a 3-star recruit. Wasn't even a 4-star. 3. So the ESPNU, or whatever they call it, the high school rankings, top 100 recruit, all of that, he wasn't on it. He was 3-star. He was ready to go to a Florida Atlantic or something like that. Nobody really wanted him. Nobody really recruited Sheduer Sanders to be a starter or a backup when he was coming out of high school. So for everybody who it's just because he's never been like that. His daddy told everybody he was like that. Then his daddy put him in a system to where his numbers would look like he's like that if you don't know no better, if you didn't watch the game, if you don't know what's going on. When you drop back 50 times and throw it 50, yeah, you're going to get 300, 400 yards. When you take 5, 6 sacks a game and you don't want to never get rid of the football, throw it out of bounds, yeah, you're going to have high percentage when it comes to your percentage when throwing the football. Stats will lie to you if you don't know no better. You don't know no better. You better watch the game. You better watch, and that's what the scouts did. They don't just look at the stats. They'll just look at the stats. 74% throwing. That's man. Wow. They don't just read the stat. Wow. 74%. Wow. 4,000 yards. Oh my God. No, they watched the games. They seen how he got all of that. They seen it. They know it. I seen it. I know it. You seen it. You delusional to it. That's on you. That's on you. Get a wake-up call. Get a wake-up call, y'all. You know, we're going to be frank over here about the whole situation. About the whole situation. Yes, indeed, man. But I'm going to get on up out of here, man. I just had to, have my fun with that. That was very fun because I've been saying this for a very long time. That Coach Sanders can't coach. He's terrible at coaching. He coaches daddy ball. His son, Sheduer, is not for real like that at all. Shiloh is terrible. I've been saying this for the longest. You understand me? So you know, he only wasn't a 5-star because he played. Shut up. You're a capper. You all cap and on his nuts. Get off his nuts because he's not even good. That's a damn shame. You're on somebody's nuts that's not even good. It's the Pope. Peace and love. I'm out.